First is face-to-face learning. Students and the teacher are both physically present in the classroom. The teachers and students attend school to have sessions or lecture in person. There are opportunities for active engagement, immediate feedback, and socio-emotional development of learners. This type of learning is beneficial and effective to all learners, especially learners with disabilities whose conditions require face-to-face instructions. So when we say face-to-face learning, it is an educational approach where teachers and students are physically present in a classroom setting. These in-person instructions allow for direct interaction, immediate feedback, and active engagement, fostering a richer learning experience. The benefits are numerous, particularly for students with disabilities who may require the personalized attention and tailored instruction that face-to-face learning provides. The presence of both teachers and students in a shared physical space facilitates socio-emotional development, creating a supportive environment for learning and collaboration. So the advantage of face-to-face learning, you'll be able to concentrate harder on your learning because there'll be less distraction in school than at home. You may feel more comfortable and learn more easily in a familiar, traditional classroom situations. And the disadvantage is if you cannot keep up with the rest of the class, you will have to schedule extra classes, which could cost you extra money due to the time constraints in class. The lecturer cannot answer each and every student's questions. You will have to carry your textbooks to class every day. So face-to-face learning offers the advantage of a focused learning environment with fewer distractions than at home, potentially leading to improved concentration and comprehension for some students. The familiar classroom setting can also foster comfort and ease of learning. However, disadvantages include the potential need for costly extra classes if a student falls behind the pace of the class, limited opportunities for individual questions due to time constraints, and the daily burden of carrying textbooks. So blended learning. Learning delivery that combines face-to-face with any or a mix of online distance learning, modular distance learning, and TV or radio-based instructions. Enable the schools to limit face-to-face learning, ensure social distancing, and decrease the volume of people outside the home at any given time. Enables educational technology. So blended learning integrates face-to-face instructions with various online or distance learning methods, such as online courses, modular learning materials, or TV, radio-based instructions. This approach allows schools to manage class sizes, maintain social distancing, and reduce the number of people outside their homes, particularly useful during situations like pandemics. Furthermore, blended learning facilitates the effective use of the educational technology, enhancing the learning experience and offering diverse learning pathways. So the advantage of blended learning: track and improve engagement, enhance communication at a distance, offers flexibility for teachers in how they present material, and for students in the pace and variety of learning approaches they experience. And the disadvantage is some significant challenges to this modality include the expense of technology, inadequate training, technological issues, the need to adapt content for blended learning, decreased motivation, and weakened relationship between students and teachers. So blended learning offers several advantages, including improved tracking and enhancement of student engagement, and facilitating better communication, even at distance. It also provides flexibility for both teachers in their presentation of materials and students in their learning pace and approach. However, significant challenges exist, such as the cost of technology, inefficient teacher training, technological problems, the need for content adaptation, and the potential decreases in students' motivation and teacher-students relationships. So, technology-based or online learning. Courses which happen fully online in which learners never meet each other face-to-face. This allows for maximum flexibility in learning in different locations, but it also presents some challenges with regards to building a learning community. Due to a lack of face-to-face time, the learning platform is the only opportunity for learners to get to know each other and work together. So the facilitating and organic building of learning of communities must be set up for intentionally. So technology-based or online learning, also known as e-learning, consists entirely of online courses where students never physically meet their instructors or classmates, while offering maximum flexibility in terms of location and learning schedule. This approach presents challenges in building a strong learning community. Since face-to-face interaction is absent, the online platform becomes the sole avenue for students to connect and collaborate, requiring a more deliberate and intentional effort for instructors to foster community and interactions. So the advantages of technology-based learning are independent learning has become easier and more effective. Lowered tuition and textbooks prices, learning with technology is much more interesting. And the disadvantages are lack of interest in hard work, misuse of technology, and requires self-discipline, management, and training. So, technology-based learning offers advantages such as increased accessibility and effectiveness of independent learning, reduced cost associated with tuition and textbooks, and a more engaging learning experience. However, drawbacks include potential decreases in students' motivation and hard work, the possibility of technology misuse, and the increased need for self-discipline, time management skills, and technological proficiency. So, distance learning. It is most valuable for independent learners and learners supported by periodic supervision of parents or guardians. So, under the distance learning, there are two: online distance learning and modular distance learning. So, when we say online distance learning, this features the teacher as facilitator, engaging learners' active participation through the use of various technologies, access through the internet while they are geographically remote from each other during instructions. The internet is used to facilitate learner, teacher, and peer-to-peer communication. Online learning allows live synchronous interaction. It requires participation to have good and stable internet connections. So, online distance learning utilizes technology and the internet to connect teachers and geographically dispersed students. The teacher acts as a facilitator, encouraging active student participation through various online tools. The internet enables communication between teacher and students as well as among students themselves. While offering live, synchronous instruction, this method necessitates reliable and stable internet access for all participations. So the advantages of distance learning. Don't need commute. You can fit your learning around your work and home life. You get to decide exactly when or where you study. And the disadvantages are don't help in developing oral skills and social interactions. Important to have good time management skills. High chances of distraction. Questionable credibility of online degrees. So when you say modular distance learning, involves individualized instruction that allows learner to use self-learning modules in print or digital format or electronic copy, whichever is applicable in the context of the learner, and other learning resources like learners' materials, textbooks, activity sheets, study guides, and other study materials. Learners access electronic copies of learning materials on a computer, tablet, PC, or smartphones. CDs, DVDs, USB, storage, and computer-based application can all be used to deliver e-learning materials, including offline. So modular distance learning provides individualized instruction using self-learning modules in print or digital formats. Learners utilize these modules along with supplementary materials like textbooks and activity sheets to learn at their own pace. Digital access to materials is facilitated through various electronic devices such as computers, tablets, and smartphones, and delivery methods may include CDs, DVDs, USB drivers, and computer applications, even allowing for offline access to ebooks.
Good day, everyone, especially to Coach Jude. My name is Ken Carson Alvaredo, and I will going to discuss to you the topic 4, which is the learner-centered pedagogy. And under that is my topic is the structures for facilitating learner-centered teaching. So we have here number 1, formal traditional education. So this refers to the conventional classroom settings with a structured curriculum, trained teachers, and standardized assessment. So learning happen within established institutions like schools and universities. Like while traditionally teacher-centered, it can adopt learner-centered principle through active learning strategies. So for this, the formal traditional education. So as to this is the learning that happen in school or university with the teachers, books, and tests. So it allows the student or follow a schedule and a set of a subject. So we have example here, like for example, a student is attending a grade 6 in public school and taking classes in math, English, and science. So here in formal traditional education, it with the structured curriculum, trained teacher, and standardized assessment. So here they have to follow like the curriculum or the standard or the rules in school. So we have here the alternative learnings assess system. So number 2 is the alternative learning system. So or ALS. So ALS is a parallel learning system in the Philippines. So offering an alternative to formal education. So it encompasses both non-formal and informal education, catering to those who cannot access or benefit from traditional schooling. So this is the another way to learn for people who are cannot to go to regular school. So it help out of school youth and adult to continue their education. So here in the ALS, so it's a flexible schedule for the students, especially like out of school youth and those who are stuck or focusing on their career or they are willing to continue their education. So we have the ALS or the alternative learning system. So for here we have an example. So a 16 years old who stops school in grade 8 joins ALS classes in the barangay to finish high school. And now we have the non-formal education or the NFE. So NFE or the non-formal education is a structure that learning outside formal institution. It often has a specific curriculum and learning objectives, but it's more flexible in terms of time, place, and peace. So, for example, include vocational trainings and programs or community-based learning initiatives. So, for this is an organized learning, but not inside a regular school. It is flexible and often focuses on skills or special topics. So here we can say here the non-formal education is also like a semi-like for ALS. So this is the solely focusing on the vocational training or the skills that they can use to in livelihood. So for example, we have here a group of women joins a pre-sewing class offered by a community center to learn how to make clothes. So here they are giving the skills or teaching them how to sew so that they can have a livelihood for them. So we have the informal education or the NFE or the NF. So NN is an unstructured learning that occurs naturally through daily life experience. So interaction and observation. So it is spontaneous and unplanned, encompassing learning from family, peers, or environment. So for this is a learning that happen naturally in everyday life. You don't need to sit in a classroom or follow a curriculum. So in informal education or the in ed, so this is our like your experience to everyday life. Like you are don't need to go to school in order to learn. So but in the informal education, you are learning through your daily life experiences, interaction, or the observation. So we have example here. A child learns how to cook by watching their parents in kitchen. So here you are observing, or the child is observing the parents while cooking. So that's how he or she can acquire the knowledge or the skills. And lastly, we have the mobile teachers. So these are ALS teachers who travel to remote areas to provide education to out of school youths and adults. So they play a crucial role in bridging the education gap in geographical disadvantaged communities. So we have here a mobile teacher is someone who brings education to far places where are no school. They visit people who cannot go to school. So simply to put this, the mobile teacher is a teacher who are traveling to a remote areas that education cannot reach. So these the mobile teacher are the one who will go to that area to teach them, especially those in those area that there are no school. So we have example here. So the example is a teacher rides a motorcycle to a mountain village every week to teach basic reading and writing to adults. So as at what I said earlier, so these are the teachers who are the mobile teacher. These are the teacher that really try to go to the places that the remote places that education is not reachable. So they are the ones who are who are coming or who are going to that area to teach.
So hello everyone, especially to Coach Jude. My name is Micah Jarcilas from Study Hub 7. So for our topic for today is all about the alternative delivery modes, or we call it ADM. So and also the modified in school approach, or MIMOSA. So first we have the enhanced instructional management by parents, community, and teachers. So is a learning system developed in 2010 by Simon Inotech in the Philippines to address educational challenges such as insufficiently classrooms, teachers, and resources, as well as high dropout rates, impact employees, technology, enhanced peer-led learning approach that encourages pupil interactions and personal development. So, students access modules and instructional materials to guide their educations, while teachers receive a training to enhance their understanding of child's education. So we have the open high school diagram. In the Philippines, run by the Department of Education or DepEd, offers an alternative formal secondary education for elementary graduates, high schools dropouts, and who pass the Philippines Educational Placement Test. It provides self-learning modules to the students unable to attend regular classes due to various reasons, including the physical limitation, work, financial constraint, or distance. We have also the methods and strategies. There are several time-tested methods and strategies that learning-centered teachers can utilize in the classroom. Teachers can also employ variety of methods of strategies approach to the learning styles and of students and carry out of the objectives that lesson to be taught. First, we have the active learning activities. Is any learning actively in which participants or interacts with the learning process as the opposed to passively taking in the information. When given the opportunities to actively engage with the information, they are learnings. Students perform better. Example of learning active learning techniques is include the role playing, case studies, group projects, think per debates just in their teaching, and short demonstrations followed by the classroom discussion. Second, we have the cooperative learning activities is a generic term for various small group interactive instructional procedures. Students work together on academic tasks in small groups to help team solve and other teammates to learn together. Like example of cooperative learning activities are the pair of group discussions, role play, voting pairs, and also the fishbowl debates. Have the inquiry and inductive learning activities. So, inductive learning is a powerful strategies for helping students deepen their understanding of content and develop their influences and evidence to gathering skills. Like examples of inquiry activities are group projects, research projects, field work, and especially the lesson and also unique experiences of the students. So, second, we have the learner-centered instructional strategies. So, first, we have the cooperative learning in a successful teaching strategies in which small terms, each with students of different levels of ability use as variety of learning activities to improve their understanding of the subjects. So each member of a team is responsible for learning what is taught but also for helping teammates learn. This creating atmosphere of achievement. Second, we have the presentations, the instructional strategies of using students' presentation as a way to present content to the whole as be an engaging method of. For example, the teachers hands out topics to students or group and have that present informations on each topic as a short presentation. So this not only helps students learn the material deeper but also provide them. So third, we have the panels. So in panel discussions, a selected group of students act as a panel and class members act as the audience. A panel leader is chosen and he summarizes the panel discussions and open discussion to the audience. So lastly, we have the KW. Is an instructional reading strategist that is used to guide students through a text. Students begin by brainstorming. Every day know about a topic. This information is a record in the column of KWL chart. So KWA charts are graphic organizer that helps students organize information before, during, and after a lesson. So they can be used to the students a new topic and knowledge. So share units, objectives, and monitor students' learning. The brainstorming is a large and small activity that encourage students to focus on a topic, contribute to the free flow of ideas. So we have the teachers may begin a brainstorming season by posing a question or a problem or by introducing a topic. So second, we have students then express possible answer and relevant ideas. So we have also we have the teachers or subscribe as the ideas are called out.
Good day everyone, so my name is Cindy Rose Ignacio from Bitolot HE1A, Study Hub number 7. So today we are going to focus on alternative delivery modes or the ADMs in Philippine education. ADMs are innovative education to all students, especially those facing challenges in accessing traditional schooling. We are going to explore the key ADM programs and the diverse teaching strategies that they employ. But first, why do we need ADMs? Because traditional classroom settings sometimes struggle to accommodate all learners. Factors like overcrowded classroom, geographical limitation, especially in remote areas, and the diverse learning styles necessitate alternative approach. In ADMs aim to overcome this obstacle and ensure inclusive, effective education for everyone. So there are three prominent ADM, which is the MIMOSA or the Modified in Schooling of School approach. We also have the E-Impact or the Enhanced Instructional Management by parents, community, and teachers. And the last one is the OHSP, which is the Open High School program. First, let us identify is what is a MIMOSA. Imagine a school with too many students for one teacher to handle effectively. This MIMOSA divides students into two groups, which is one attends school regularly, which the other learns through alternative methods, often with community support. So this reduces class size and allows for more individuals' attention. The off-scope group might use self-learning modules, work with community tutors, or participate in activities organized by parents and community volunteers. The E-Impact, which is the Enhanced Instructional Management by parents, community, and teacher, this program emphasizes community involvement and technology. It's particularly helpful in multi-grade classroom where students of different grade levels learn together, and for students with irregular attendance. Parents and community members actively participate in the learning process, often using technology like tablets or computers to access learning materials and communicate with teachers. Then the last one is the OHSP, which is the Open High School program. So this program is designed for students who cannot attend regularly high school due to work, family responsibilities, or other circumstances, allowing students to study at their own pace and in a way that suits their individual needs. This could involve online learning, modular learning, or a combination of both. There are a wide range of engaging teaching strategies, which is the active learning, cooperative learning, inquiry-based, and inductive learning. We also have the presentations, panels and experts, KWL, which are the know, want to know, learn charts. We also have the brainstorming, learner-centered media, case studies, simulation and role-play, laboratory work and workshop, demonstration, index card, mental models, project-based learning, problem-based learning, discovery learning, the Q&A session, the social media or the use responsibility, games, and gamification. So each one of these that I mentioned, I will explain this to you one by one. So first, let's focus on the active learning. So when you say active learning, instead of passive listening, students actively participate. This includes hands-on activities like experiments or the science, role-playing, simulation, and project. So these methods make learning more memorable and relevant. Next is the cooperative learning. So students work together in group. So this fosters collaboration, communication, and peer learning. Examples include group discussion like jigsaw activities where students become expert on a part of a topic and share the knowledge. And learning centered, which is the stations with different activities. Next is the inquiry-based and inductive learning. So instead of simply receiving information, students ask questions, investigate, and draw their conclusion. So this promotes critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Next is a presentation. So students present their work, enhance communication and public speaking skills. The panels and experts. So this inviting guest speakers adds real-world context and expertise. The KWL or the know, want to know, or the learn. So this is a structured method to organize learning and track progress. The brainstorming, a creative way to generate ideas and encourage participation. The learner-centered media, students produce their own learning materials like videos or presentation. The case study, analyzing real-world situation to apply knowledge. The simulation and role-playing, immerse experiences that enhance understanding. Laboratory work and workshop, hands-on experiences in specific subject. Demonstration, visual learning that clarifies concept. Index card, a simple tool for note-taking and review. The mental models, visual representation of concept to aid understanding. The project-based learning, students work on a long-term project developing critical thinking. The discovery learning, students learn through exploration and experimentation. The Q&A session, open forums for clarifying doubts and promoting understanding. The social media can be a valuable tool for research and collaboration. The games and gamification, making learning fun and engaging through game mechanics. Last is the competitions and debates, motivating students and fostering critical thinking. So assessment in ADM is very varied in reflects the diverse learning methods. Formative assessment or the ongoing check for understanding might include the KWL charts, discussion, and quizzes. In summative assessment, it could involve presentation, project, debates, or even computation. So the ADMs are essential for providing equitable and effective education in the Philippines. Their flexibility and diverse strategies cater to different learning styles and circumstances to ensure that every student has the opportunity to succeed. Once again, the conclusion of all this, ADMs are crucial for providing quality education to all Filipinos. Their flexibility and diverse approach cater to the unique needs of learners, ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to succeed. So that's all, everyone, and I hope you learned something from me.
Hi everyone! Welcome back to our channel. So today, we'll explore the learner-centered pedagogy, focusing on flexible learning, differentiated instruction, and education in emergencies. So, these approaches prioritize students' needs and create dynamic learning environments. So, let's dive in. Okay, so first up, we have the flexible learning. So, this is all about empowering students. It's about giving them choices in how, what, when, and where they learn. So, think of it as a buffet of learning options. Okay, so students might choose to read, watch videos, listen to podcasts, or participate in discussions, whatever works best for them. They might delve deeper into topics that particularly interest them or explore related subjects. They can learn at their own pace, fitting studies around their schedules, and the learning environment can be a classroom, online, or even outdoors. So, here's are some examples. We have face-to-face classes, interactive websites, and video conferencing, and even field trips. So, flexible teaching complements this. So, it's about adapting to students' curiosity and letting lessons unfold organically. It shifts from rigid structures to more fluid, engaging learning experiences. Now, let's talk about differentiated learning. This approach recognizes that every student is unique. It's about providing diverse pathways to learning, catering to different learning styles and abilities. So, here's are some key strategies. So, number one, we have the designed lessons based on students' learning styles. Number two, group students by shared interest, topic, or ability for assignment. Number three, assess students' learning using formative assessment. And number four, we have the manage the classroom to create a safe and supportive environment. According to Carol Ann Tollinson, a leading expert, we can differentiate through four key areas. First is content, process, product, and learning environment. So the examples of differentiated instruction, first we have the create learning station, target different senses within lessons, and use think, pair, share strategy, and the last is make time for journaling. Okay, so create learning stations. So, learning stations offers a flexible approach. So, this divides your classroom into different stations, each offering a unique learning activity. So, this allows students to rotate through various methods of learning, like watching videos, creating artwork, reading, solving puzzles, or direct instruction from the teacher. The flexible seating plan further enhances this adaptability, allowing students to choose the learning environment that best suits for them. This caters to a wide range of learning styles and preferences. Next is target different senses within lessons. So, engaging multiple senses is a key. Instead of relying on a single learning styles, incorporate visual elements like videos, infographics, charts, auditory elements like audiobooks, and kinesthetic activities like acting out scenes, and tactile elements like physical objects like money in math. This multi-sensory approach ensures that the lessons resonate with the broader range of learners, making the material more accessible and memorable. Next is use the think, pair, share strategy. The think, pair, share strategy is a powerful collaborative learning technique. Students first individually reflect on a question or topic. Then they discuss their thoughts with a partner. So finally, they share their ideas with the whole class. So this approach encourages the individual thinking, peer interaction, and confident participations. Next is make a time for journaling. So, journaling provides a valuable opportunity for reflection and metacognition. So, students can use journals to process what they've learned, record their thoughts, and connect the lessons to their own experiences. So, this personalized approach to learning helps students to make sense of the material and deepen their understanding. Finally, let's consider the education in emergencies. This is a crucial. It's about protecting children's right to education during conflicts and disasters. It's not just about survival, it's about fostering hope and development. So the key aspects, we have the foundational standards and the teaching learning domain. So the foundational standards, these standards ensure effective responses, focusing on community participation and coordination and assessment. So the teaching learning domain, these involve culturally relevant curricula, teacher training, learner-centered instruction, and appropriate assessment methods. So, in conclusion of all the topic we have discussed in this video, from the first to the last reporter, is that learner-centered pedagogy represents a transformative approach to education that prioritizes the needs, preferences, and experience of students. So, it encompasses various delivery modalities such as face-to-face, blended learning, and online methods, which cater to a diverse range of learning environments and accessibility needs. This flexibility allows educators to reach learners in innovative ways, promoting engagement and interaction beyond traditional classroom settings. The structures of supporting learner-centered teaching, including formal, alternative, and non-formal education system, emphasize the importance of adapting the unique circumstances of each learner. By recognizing the education is not one fit size all, we create a inclusive atmosphere that foster personal growth and academic achievement. Furthermore, the methods and strategies employed within this pedagogy, such as active learning, cooperative learning, and inquiry-based approaches, empower students to take ownership of their learning. These strategies encourage collaborative, critical thinking, and creativity, and enhancing the overall learning experiences. Finally, in context of crisis and emergency, education remains a fundamental right. Ensuring that learning continues in such situations is crucial for well-being and development of affected individuals, highlighting the needs and adaptable education frameworks. In essence, learner-centered pedagogy is about creating dynamic, engaging, and responsive educational experiences that recognize the diverse needs of all students. By embracing this approach, we are not only improve educational outcomes but also prepare learners to thrive in an ever-changing world. So that's all. Thank you for your attention.